nearly towards the end of Kong versus Godzilla. Yeah, I think what King Kong and Godzilla is, they kind of come from two different worlds, sort of different dimensions on Earth. You see Kong's world is sort of King of Kong. Kong's sort of the mystic world. Probably the same world where the Dark Crystal's born, I'd say, where it's a similar kind of world. And probably, you know, Godzilla's sort of more the mystics, the mystic sort of world. Whereas, King Kong's more the mystic sort of world. And yeah, Godzilla's sort of born from another dimension. It's sort of more the Skeksis world, more the negative sort of energy. It's sort of blue, cold sort of, whereas Kong's energy is more warm in the sun. Godzilla's energy is it's probably the same sort of being, the positive positive and negative polarity of God's creative sort of energy sort of coming to life on Earth to sort of decimate perhaps part of the city. Maybe it's all evacuated and just have to decimate some of it because it's just too much on Earth. It's like almost like God's power comes to Earth to balance Earth's. It's wanting Earth to survive, so it's doing what it can to sort of balance that building, that civilization. Sort of cut some of it back. Whether people die in the process, I'm not sure, but people die anyway. But it's probably, almost a good versus evil thing too, maybe there's kind of this evil presence on Earth that needs to be sort of cut back a bit or sort of trimmed or paid for what the things they do wrong. Maybe it's sort of a nature sort of versus humanity almost, nature fighting back or something. But it's probably, a long time away. All these people involved now would be dead by then, but like that little ship there's a little ship with a hyperdrive. I think we basically built everything else that's probably required for the next 1,000 years, probably, except the hyperdrive. We haven't really developed a hyperdrive. We're still using fossil fuels, and hyperdrives are just their own energy source. So, I'd say that would be one of the positive creations in the future would be the hyperdrive. I know it sounds alarming that Kong and Godzilla might come to Earth to destroy part of the civilization, but it's just part of the natural way of things. I think if it's not that, it would be something else. Like it'd be a meteorite or some other bloody thing. Global warming or. But yeah, I think eventually that the Earth will have 4 poles. It'll have two positive poles and 2 negative poles, more like the sun, and it won't spin on an axis. It will spin more like this sort of. I can't remember what you call that. Where it spins that way, but also that way. So it'll have two positive poles and 2 negative ones. So it'll spin like this, sort of like a sun. And I think that's how the world will terraform into more of a sun. You're having the 2 positive and 2 negative poles. You may even see more of I think it would be more of a warmer climate all over and more balanced. You would see the Earth would spin not on an axis like that. So the 2 tops will be more balanced with the 2 sides, so that the equator and the North and South Pole will all be similar climate. Eventually, once terraforming is done, and Kong and Godzilla are part of that anyway. They're part of the process of turning the world into a sun. I think it's probably 300 years away. Really, by the time that's finished. But I think that's sort of the catalyst of the whole adventure of superpower and all the other sort of stories that come out of that. If it is a reality, who knows? It's sort of what we're used to on TV, and it's probably not exactly like TV. It might be totally different. Might be more a bigger story, or might be smaller, or might be just totally different. Might not be so violent. Might be just more them coming to Earth and just sitting and peacefully, we changing things rather than violence. I like to think we can change things peacefully and just decide on things and maybe spread out more land mass. I've always thought you can build more land mass across the ocean. There's so much ocean, why not build more land mass rather than, just polluting everything? Just be more creative and more environmentally aware in how we dispose of garbage and things like that. Maybe create almost crystalline sort of shorelines that build themselves into landmass instead of a road, like one of those things I've thought about. But I think hyperdrives, there's probably a few other things we need to develop yet, like that's one thing, safe disposal of rubbish where you create things with it rather than just burn it up. I think it's, the way to calcify rubbish into landmass and actually, build it into, it's almost like the way a snowflake looks, building it out, crystallizing it out into a landmass rather than eroding away beaches and things. But that's one thing. There's a few other, things I've thought about, more about supporting people to find partners and fall in love and have families, and rather than just all this pornography and just 2 or 3 people having 1,000 women to themselves and this kind of thing, where it's not all balanced. I think we've got a lot of people out there, nice people, don't look the best because they're not loved. They're not being nurtured. Any plant looks shit if it's not nurtured. And human beings are no different. If they're not loved and nurtured, they're going to look crap. So, I think if you see someone, just give them a bit of love. You don't have to totally rock the world and everything. Just say hello, give them a hug, make them feel loved, and they might find someone they really like, and go out there and love a person rather than just ignore them and just scowl at them and whatever. Just say hello, or be safe. If you feel threatened, don't approach people if you feel threatened. But if they seem nice enough, just say hello and make them feel happy and welcome and make them feel loved, and hopefully the world will be a better place. I think it can always improve, constantly improve to where in this kind of nirvana sort of world of everything really, the animals do so much work to try and keep everything, beautiful. I know they shit on the pavement, but that's about the worst thing they do, isn't it? Poor little animals, they're trying their best. So, support the animals, environment, and we're shitting on the pavement too in a way, aren't we? So, support us too, all the different people out there. And if you see someone in trouble, go and try and help them out. And I do the best I can with the time I have, in the day. But sometimes, if you make too much effort, it can be more harmful than good sometimes. But just make little efforts to help people and just feel better about themselves and about living, and trying to find, help people find love and help people fall in love. It doesn't matter what you're going through. Love always helps. Love can always help the healing process. Might not be the whole thing, but might be just one little thing, because it's a whole many different things that help people heal up from trauma or problems or looking shit. They just need encouragement to exercise, or just give someone a hug or something and tell them they're beautiful. Or we might avoid all this catastrophe. It might just be more of a pleasant process, so that's really, when you see someone hurting, they're affecting the world with their hurt, and that's creating more of a diabolical world. But don't try and kill people to get rid of them just because of that. Just try and help them, So we can all be beautiful. We can all be models. We can all be beautiful people. I think we're discovering that more and more with these, superstar singers and that don't look the the stereotype, they're overweight or whatever. They're still beautiful and they're still getting out there and finding what they want. So, there's beauty in all sorts of different forms. Craggy little rocks can be beautiful if you just give them love, and people are the same. Some people are craggy, some people are smooth, and all can be beautiful. And some smooth people are really, not that nice on the inside. They're sort of really mean-spirited. But anyway, we hope it all turns out well for the next 300 years. That's how long I want to be here for a while, until whatever happens, I move on or turn to something else. I don't really want to die. I want to see if I can live on, but yeah, not in a bloody UFO or suffering. I just want to be the best, most powerful person I can be, and whatever that is. Yeah. Anyway, peace out. I'm gonna get back to my movie before Forza Horizon 4 hatches me if you can. Other it's gone. Yeah, it's just on the Xbox, so yeah, it's popped up. Anyway, see you later.